Hey guys, it's Ohmwrecker, and I'm checking out a game called Victory today by Petroglyph Games. They've got a Kickstarter going on, and I am lucky enough to have access to a pre-release build. I am joined by the lead designer. His name is Evan Humphreys. Evan, can you tell us a little bit about, the game and the Kickstarter, and maybe even a little bit about Petroglyph as well?
Hey Ryan, I'm Evan Humphreys. I'm the lead designer on Victory, as he mentioned. So Victory is a World War II kind of arena-style action strategy game. In Victory, you kind of take control of a squad of units that you customize and collect, and bring them onto the battlefield and fight with a team, somewhere between 4 to 8 players against enemy teams, and try and wipe them out. Victory is kind of a child of love here at Petroglyph. We've been making strategy games for 10 years. Originally, our founders came from Westwood, the old Command & Conquer studio, makers of Command & Conquer, Red Alert, Dune. And we've made many great games since, such as Star Wars Empire at War, Universe at War, and Victory is our latest project. For Victory, we're looking at doing something a little different from the traditional publisher model, so we're doing a Kickstarter campaign and trying to get people interested in crowdfunding it.
Very cool. And you guys are currently going for a goal of 700,000, and that would be used to really just flesh out everything that you guys have planned for this.
Yeah, so the build that we're playing right now is basically a prototype that we put together in about 2 months. It's really just a demo, and it doesn't have the majority of the flesh that we want in the main game, like kind of meat. So the 700,000 will take this from being kind of a proof of concept to an actual full game that people can enjoy.
Okay. And it's not too bad. I mean, compared to some of the other goals that we've seen in the past, especially from a large studio like Petroglyph. I'm sure that'll let you guys go quite a long way with development. So I am looking at the select faction screen, and I see that you've got the Allies and the Axis. Can you tell us a little bit about the differences that might exist between the two, and also these classes that I'm seeing here?
So in the initial launch of the game, we're planning to do a focus on North Africa. So the two factions will be the British and the Germans. And the units that are in the game will be based on what was historically accurate at the time. So you'll have the exact British forces that actually existed in North Africa at the time, and the same with the Germans. For now, the only difference between the two factions is cosmetic, and that's just for this early demo build. But in the ultimate build, there'll be a lot of differences. The Germans will have their Panzer tanks, the British will have their infantry tanks, their cruiser tanks, and it will all be. We're trying to be as historically accurate as possible.
Okay. And right now, each has a armor company and a scout company.
So there's 2 companies for each right now, as you mentioned. These are pre-created companies for the purposes of the demo. In the ultimate game, there will be 3 different choices, which are armor, scouts, and infantry. And those choices, each of them, players will have the option to almost infinitely customize their individual company. So there'll be a ton of variation. But for now, both sides have the same units. You have your armor company, which has heavy tanks, light riflemen, and you have your scout company, which has fast-moving light vehicles and heavy bazooka infantry.
Okay. And when you say customize, you mean like swap out a Panzer IV for a Tiger tank or something like that?
Yeah.
Essentially.
Yeah,
okay.
You'll be able to swap out a variety of different units. You'll be able to choose, do I want my armor to have more tanks? Do I want it to have some artillery support? Would I rather prioritize heavy guns with my infantry or mobile transports? All that kind of thing.
Very cool. All right, so what do you think? Should we jump in?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm going to queue up then as the Axis Scout.
Okay.
And these guys have these armored cars and rocket soldiers, essentially?
Yeah.
Okay.
So with the scouts,
That was quick.
yeah, that was pretty quick. With the scouts, you have your really fast-moving armored cars, which are great for vision and wiping out infantry. And your rocket infantry are great at taking out enemy vehicles from a distance and catching them unawares. So
okay. And some other aspects here, I'm seeing the screen that gives hints. It says take cover, so you've got a cover system and line of sight. Do you want to go over that a little bit?
Yeah.
As we start playing.
With Victory, we're not necessarily focused on realism in the tactical combat. What we're focused on is fun game mechanics. So things are a little gamey. In the game, you're going to have cover positions which are marked by dotted lines on the map, and you'll be able to put your infantry in there, and they'll take a lot less damage when they're in those positions. Line of sight's also another big factor. Because units don't respawn in Victory, every unit is very valuable, and anytime you can ambush an enemy and catch them unawares is also very valuable. So line of sight plays a big role in setting up those ambushes in kind of the canyons and stuff, as we'll see shortly, I'm sure. Yeah, moving more towards the middle because it looks like we got somebody else that already captured B, and C has been captured as well by a scout company there. Yeah, it looks like the enemy's kind of concentrated around B, so I'm going to send my tanks around to the narrow pass up in the top there and try and sandwich these scouts in.
Yeah, I'm going to try to take over this center point with these damaged vehicles. Because I see that there's tanks kind of hanging around here. I would love to pin them down.
Yeah, so that position, as you see the dotted line, that's a cover position. So if you get your guys in there, they'll take a lot less damage, and maybe we can get this tank here. So I'll try and distract him with my infantry here.
There we go. We got rockets coming in.
Ooh, he's going to get wiped out.
Yep, cool. Nice.
So if you notice there,
oh shit. Armored cars.
Oh.
That's
they're
fine.
Not focusing on you though, so.
Yeah, I don't think that's a good position for them to be in.
Yeah. There's a lot of bad guys at B though.
Oh, okay, alright. We'll head over there next.
That's going to be tough because they're up on that hill there. That's
so you think they
not to crack.
Yeah, should we go for A then, you think? I see one tank in there.
Yeah, let's go for A. So what we can do is we can kind of take our there's a tank.
Oh, yep.
Oh,
he's toast.
Yeah, he's toast. Too many guys.
Yep, that's it. And there are support powers too, so I see that I've got this airstrike, and there's at least one more in the game right now, right?
Yeah, each company has a support power right now, and they don't start out available, but once the match reaches a certain point, they will be available, and you can call down an airstrike or an artillery barrage and do a ton of damage to the enemy.
Awesome. Are those going to be customizable as well, as in can you unlock new ones and assign them into that slot? Or have you guys not decided that yet?
There will be more slots as your companies progress in the full game, and those will be customizable. There will be a lot more options as well, other than just artillery barrages, bombing strikes. There'll also be things like you might have a blitzkrieg order that makes your tanks move faster for a short period of time, and other similar things like that.
What about engine damage? I noticed I'm getting stuff like critical hits and whatnot. Is it possible to damage engines on these vehicles and slow them down, or?
So this is not in this current demo build yet, but in the full game there'll be a system called suppression, and that actually allows you to slow down units and slow down their rate of fire, slow down their engine as they take damage, as they take more hits. That's just not quite in yet. The critical hits that you're seeing are actually penetration shots that are getting all the way through your tank's armor, so they do a lot more damage. And if you attack from the rear, those penetration shots will be automatic. Oh crap, my tanks are getting wiped out up here. We need some help
on
with
B?
Yeah.
Okay.
We gotta take out those rocket guys.
Yeah, are those rocket soldiers?
In the center of the point there's rocket infantry. The ones up on
Oh shit, there's a tank.
Yeah. I'm gonna send my troopers on a suicide mission to try and clear out those rocket infantry in the middle, so I can distract for your guys.
Alright, and I'm gonna... Oh, somebody else just sent in an airstrike. I'm gonna send in another one, hopefully pin them down.
They're trying to run.
Yep.
That was a bad choice.
I'm moving in. Oh, this tank is still here. Come on, guys.
Yeah, I'll bring my tanks in now that those rocket infantry are gone and take him out.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, so I can't get up on the high ground here.
Only infantry can cross over those rocks, so...
Okay.
Let's charge up.
Oh, somebody...
Ooh,
is that their airstrike?
That's artillery, yeah.
Very cool effects up there. Looks like, was that just one single one, or...?
That was one single one. It lasts for a little while there. Oop, here comes another one. So, I think I'm going to be able to get this tank here because it's not paying attention. Just one more shot.
Now, can my vehicles not shoot up to the high ground?
So, they could shoot up if they were on equal footing.
Okay, so like if they were across the way.
Yeah, if they were
close enough where it was in range. Okay. Alright, looks like we're good on B, huh?
Yeah, so if you look at the lower right, you can actually see how many enemies units are left. It looks like there are 2 out of 11, so we pretty much wiped the enemy
We wiped out everybody. Nice. Question is, where is he?
Must be hiding somewhere in A. So another thing to note, in victory, in addition to wiping the enemy out, you can win by controlling the majority of the points. So if you look up at the top of the screen, you'll see we have B and C green, and our timer is counting down there. So if we hold the 2 points for another minute, then we'll be victorious. But it looks like we're about to wipe out the last couple infantry there. Sending artillery his way just for fun.
He was trying to hide.
Had insult to injury there.
Got some fireworks to celebrate. Yeah, that was very fun. And I can see how being able to customize your army can, make this even more interesting. Because it sounds like there's going to be heavy tanks and light tanks and, just a wide variety of options.
Yeah, definitely a lot of different options, and there'll be units that offer totally different playstyles from what we've seen too. There's things like mortar teams. You'll be able to set up heavy artillery guns that you can then defend and control like a whole area. You'll be able to bring in transports because the infantry are pretty slow, but if you mount them up on transports, they'll be able to move much faster, and a lot of cool things like that.
All right, so what do you say we do one more match, this time with the Allies?
Okay, sounds good.
All right, so I'm going to go with the Armor Company this time since we checked out the Scout previously. And the differences here is that the Armor Company has tanks and standard infantry.
Yeah.
Right, okay. And again, this is going to be customizable.
Yeah, totally customizable. You'll be able to bring, more tanks, less tanks, some support units for your tanks, all those choices.
Okay. Looks like we're waiting for one German player. And in terms of matchmaking, is it going to be strictly 4 versus 4s, or can you do 1 versus 1s down the road and stuff like that?
So right now we're focusing on 4v4. We want to kind of focus on one game type and get the best balance that we possibly can.
Okay.
And then we're going to integrate other types. We might do up to 8v8 or even higher, and we might go down to 1v1. It looks like somebody's actually
queued up as British.
British.
Oh, there we go. I think maybe somebody's switching now.
Okay, there we go.
And
there we go.
Just to be clear, really nobody has access to this right now, so we're playing entirely with the development team.
Yep.
Enemy eliminated.
I'm going to recognize these. Oh, that went by too fast for me, but let's see if there's anything else. Oh, rear damage. We didn't really cover that.
So that's
I think we covered high ground.
Important for when you're playing the tanks. So I think I mentioned a little bit earlier that there's actually critical hits that penetrate your armor fully. So if you get hit from the rear when you're playing a tank, you're going to take a lot more damage because your armor is weaker at the rear. So you want to be careful about keeping your front toward the enemy whenever possible. And in order to do that, you can actually use Control and right-click, and that will order your tanks to move to the selected location in reverse.
Go ahead and try that really quick. Oh yeah, there we go. That was almost instantaneous there.
Yeah.
Quick reverse.
It can be used for fast maneuvering too if you're really good at micro, since there's a little bit less turn time. And let's see, we got some scouts here.
Now, do they move in reverse just as quick as they move forward, or is it okay?
Speed is the same. So I'm gonna try and get my rocket infantry away from these scouts. I hope they don't suicide onto me here. Okay, I got away. I'm gonna go up here. I'm gonna take the ridge that's underneath B. So that way we can kind of have some fire support because they've got 2 points and we really need to contest B pretty soon.
Okay.
So.
Do you want me to head up there as well?
Ooh,
or should I go
get these tanks? They're kind of caught out. So if we can kind of draw them in toward my rocket.
Oh shit!
Oop.
That's gotta hurt.
All right, took out one armored car over here.
Yeah, if you could come over toward B so that we can. Got somebody coming, but if you come over toward B, so take that one over because I think we got A on lockdown now.
Okay.
There's a lot of tanks in here.
Well,
wow.
It looks like they had some armored cars that were going to flank A.
Yeah,
I'm coming to B.
Them out.
Yes, sir. Company forwards. Move it, double time.
We can draw them in, then my rocket infantry on the hill will be able to take them out.
Now, is there some depth to these tank tracks that I'm seeing, or am I
What do you
just
mean
seeing
by that?
things here? As in, like, is it some sort of like, oh shit, rockets?
Yeah.
You don't have like tessellation or anything in here though, right now, right? Oh god.
Yeah. No, they're just,
You
know, it's a preliminary effect.
Okay.
So, that's rough. They have rocket guys up on the hill there.
The enemy is in control of the territory.
We should be able to take them out down here, though, because they don't have their fire support.
Yeah, I'm a little bit nervous about bringing my tanks in right
Here,
now.
I'm going to be distraction boy here.
Okay.
Let my
Alright.
guys get killed, so...
I'm coming in.
That's gotta hurt.
Oh, there we go.
Alright, one's down.
Under attack. Victory point defended.
Hopefully he does not micro.
Oh, it doesn't look like he's paying attention to that tank.
Oh, he is. He's microing. He's going for my weak tank. I'm backing up. Going in reverse. Can you get away?
Oh, he's reversing. Oh.
I got it. Nice.
Yeah.
Victory point
Okay.
captured. We are in control of attack.
Oh,
Now there's that flank I was talking about at A.
oh yeah, you're right.
Oh man, he's screwed up there. Oh, and those are rocket troops. Get out. My infantry are totally slaughtering those rocket troops though.
Yeah.
He totally screwed up, man, coming up there. All right, so can I bring these tanks to that deployment zone, or do I have to go in terms of repairing?
So in order to repair, you need to go to one of the. You'll see the little like kind of cross fuel icons.
Okay, so the resupply.
Yeah, the resupply points. I'm gonna send my guys around and wipe out these
Victory point
dudes
defended.
hanging up on the
Control
hill.
of the territory.
Okay.
Ordnance available. We are in control of the territory.
Ooh, what's the guy there? So there's a fight going on at C. We should have our super weapons available, so let's drop our super weapons on that up there and try and wipe that out.
All right, here we go.
It's like,
Oh, his troops ran out. I think that was kind of overkill for that one thing, but it worked. I like seeing that scorched earth there. And you said you guys accomplished this in just a couple months, huh?
Yeah, this is about 2 months.
Wow. Hey. Oh, there's my tanks. I'm trying to get them to the resupply, but it's looking to be a long trip.
Yeah. Yikes.
Good news is there's no threats over here. All right, I'm seeing more infantry coming in. I think I'll be okay. I got one little guy in cover here.
Yeah.
2 of them in cover.
The high ground advantage there, so.
Contested.
Yep. Come on, guys. There we go.
Looks like there's some more guys sitting in the cover there.
Point contested.
I'm gonna scout them out and see what's going on.
Victory point defended.
All right, so I do see the wrench on these tanks, so they are healing. Looks like it's kind of slow, but
Yeah,
I think that's meant to be that way.
it's reasonably slow.
Yeah.
So it
What
looks
do they
like
got here?
we've got some infantry sitting out in the middle.
Right.
Oh, they're coming to wipe out my scouts.
Now, are those infantry able to deal a significant amount of damage to?
So they're not the best at. What they're primarily effective at is killing other infantry, but they can damage scouts. And since my scout is so weak here, but I think it's there.
Yeah.
They're charging.
Victory point contested.
Damn.
Ooh, artillery. barges and rockets. That's unfortunate for those guys.
That's awesome. But no friendly fire. Do you think that that's going to change down the road? Do you think they're...
Control of the territory.
You know, we've experimented with it both ways. One of the problems with friendly fire is, you know, in an online game is griefing.
Yeah.
And we've run into some problems with that in the past. So for now, we're leaving it off so that players can't, you know, team kill each other.
Right.
You are closing in on a victory.
But you know, it remains to be seen with the playtesting that we do.
Victory point captured.
So it's possible, again, community driven. If you find that the fans really want it, then maybe it'll go that way.
Yeah, exactly.
Looks like we're down to just one unit, that little infantry.
Yeah, G.I. Joe up there is trying to hold out against that tank.
Victory point defended.
Oh, he's running
Awesome.
away. He's gonna let us win the point. Ooh, there he goes.
Nice.
Victory.
Oh, another good game. Yeah, and you know, again, this is really fun. I like it. Honestly, I want to play more of it. You know, outside of you know, this video here.
Oh yeah.
Seems like, you know, it feels like what that took maybe 10 minutes to get through that.
So yeah, the individual matches take about 10 minutes, and you know, to toot our own horn a little. While the matches do take a short amount of time, it doesn't feel like they take a short amount of time. Would you agree? You know.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't feel like it's too short. It feels just right, to me at least. And yeah, I mean, it's fun. You know, it's unfortunate that right now there's you know, limited people to play with everything. Otherwise, I definitely would be playing this more in you know, coming days or even weeks.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think we're, you know, pretty good in terms of going over everything with the Kickstarter and the faction differences. Again, you know, this is a pre-release build. There's a ton of stuff missing, and you know, that's what the Kickstarter's for, right?
Yep.
Awesome. Is there anything else that you think you know, viewers should know about the Kickstarter campaign, or what you guys are going for with this?
So I will, I guess, talk a little bit about the collectability aspect of the game. So,
Okay.
the game actually, it's not a free-play game. You can buy the game and get a big chunk of everything that's in the game. However, there is some additional content that you can unlock by playing the game, and you'll get those in the form of booster packs. So you can actually kind of build a deck of cards that you can customize between all your different companies. And if you are interested in the Kickstarter, right now you can earn, you know, a huge amount of bonus content by pledging for our Kickstarter. You can also get early access. We're going to do some play sessions of this demo right after the Kickstarter starts. So if you're interested in playing, that's another cool option. So
in other words, Kickstarters can potentially get access to a build like this when the campaign ends.
yeah.
Okay. And in terms of currency, do you guys have plans? You know, is there going to be like account leveling, similar to like League of Legends, or you know, what type of currencies are you guys planning to have so far?
So your companies will improve. They will level up kind of individually. So as you play a company, you'll get more and more options as to, you know, how you want to fill it out. And as you play the game, you'll unlock and earn more and more different units that you can fill in your company, as we've already talked about. There's about 100 units planned for the launch version of the game. So there won't be any account leveling, but your individual companies will progress, and everyone will have access to all the companies if you buy the game. So.
And what about cosmetics? Are you planning anything, you know, extreme there, like, you know, crazy skins, or are you going to try to keep it mostly historical?
We're trying to keep a historical feel to it right now.
Okay. So no pink tanks or anything like that?
Yeah, there's no pink tanks. And I'm not going to necessarily swear to anything, because if players are really into the idea of, you know, driving around a tank that shoots bacon or whatever, we'll consider it. So.
Okay. All right, so it's going to be kind of fan-driven in terms of what you guys might do down the road.
Yeah, I would really like to point that out. You know, one of our biggest philosophies with Victory, and one of our biggest goals, is to really make this a fan-driven project, and that's why we chose to go to Kickstarter and take the crowdfunding approach, because we really want to get people involved every step of the way. We found that, you know, the more community interaction we have, the better our game sets up being.
We are in control of the territory.
So I think I've covered most of the stuff that I wanted to cover on my end. But yeah, I'll tell you, I really enjoyed this. I got the impression from the original pitch on Kickstarter that this was going to be something, quite fun, especially for something you could just like jump into, for a quick game. And definitely it's lived up to that. And that's just with this limited amount of content that you guys have in it so far. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what you guys, bring in future builds. And, I wish you guys the best of luck with the Kickstarter. Hopefully that'll give you, a nice injection to get all that content out sooner rather than later.
Oh, thank you. Yeah.
So yeah, I guess we'll go ahead and wrap up this thing for real now. Again, if people do want to check out the Kickstarter campaign, how do they go about doing that again?
So you can either check us out at victoryww2.com, or you can go to Kickstarter and look for Victory. And we really appreciate anyone, checking out the page, or pledging. So thanks in advance, guys.
Yeah, and if you like this, guys, definitely let your friends know about it as well. The more people that can get behind it, the higher chance that this thing will get funded, and we'll get a more fleshed out game out of this. So thanks for joining me, Evan. It was a lot of fun, and again, I really enjoyed this. So
thanks for having us. Really appreciate it.
Yep, and hopefully I'll see you guys in the game again down the road. All right, well, again, guys, this has been Victory by Petroglyph Games. Please be sure to like, favorite, comment, and subscribe. Tell your friends about my channel. I always appreciate when you guys do that. And stay tuned for more videos. I'll see you guys next time.